Today we have a guide to the garden update. I saw in the comments of a few of my previous videos that people were struggling, number one, to make money, and number two, just how to start off. Honestly, the concept is pretty simple, but if it's not explained, then it may be a little bit difficult. So first of all, you'll be on your private island and you'll get a message in the bottom left that'll come up saying a stranger is on your island or something like that. Now, if you have a hub portal, then essentially there will be an NPC standing pretty much next to the hub portal. I don't, and I guess this is where the hub portal probably was at some point. So my NPC is in my farm. You may just need to look around and I'm quite sure it gives you the coordinates anyway. So you just come over to Sam, you click on Sam and there'll be a bit of dialogue first and then it'll let you actually warp into your garden. So here we are. So first of all, the NPC, Sam, will actually probably be standing on this side. There'll be a couple of little quests that he'll want you to do, like he'll want you to give him 20 wheat or something like that. Anyway, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Just follow the dialogue in the chat and you'll know what to do. On our left, we have a composter. Centrally, we have the desk, and then to our right, we have basically our visitors' logbooks and our visitors. So first of all, we'll take a look at the composter. Now, essentially, any crops that you harvest or buy, you can put into this side of the composter, which is labelled organic matter. On the right-hand side of the compactor, you have your fuel. You can purchase fuel by coming over to the desk and going over to Skyart, and you can buy fuel right here, biofuel. Basically, every 20 minutes, providing you have enough organic matter and enough fuel, it will produce one compost. Now, this compost can actually be bought and sold on the bazaar. So if we just come over to the bazaar and type in compost or just comp, you'll see it's here. At the moment, it's sitting at around about 200k. Anyway, back to the desk. Across the top of the desk, we have our plots. We also have our crop upgrades, the Skyart, garden milestones, garden skins, which are just cosmetics, and at the top, our garden level. Now, first of all, plots. Plots are basically where you farm your crops. Now, first off, when you start off in the garden, you will just have wheat unlocked, so pretty much everyone is going to buy or place down a wheat farm at the start. As you can see, each plot costs compost, and the more plots you get, the more compost is to actually unlock the plot. So at the moment it is quite expensive for me, but at the start it is fairly inexpensive. Of course, you can get the compost from the composter, or you can buy it straight from the bazaar like I showed before. Now, once you've bought your first plot, you'll need to clean your plot. At this point, the Sam NPC should be somewhere around here. If you click on him, he will give you basically a hoe that helps you clear out the plot. Now, in order to clear out a plot, you'll need to break all of the grass, all of the flowers, all of these rocks if there are any rocks, all of the trees, and then majority of the leaves. Now, it doesn't have to be 100% clear for it to be classed as clean. Usually, just around about your coins on the right-hand side of your screen, there'll be something coming up saying basically such a percent towards it being clean. My recommendation would be to chop the trees down first. When you've chopped the trees down, the leaves will start to disappear by themselves. At the same time, you can also basically clear up the rest of the plot. Now, once your plot is classified as clean, it will actually come up in the bottom left in the chat. You can come back over to the desk. You can go on to your configure plots, and at the start obviously you're just going to want to basically put wheat down because number one, it's quite profitable, and number two, you've probably not got anything else unlocked. So you'll come onto this menu once you've clicked on your plot again and you've chosen wheat. You can basically buy the seeds straight from the bazaar, which is helpful, and once you've bought them, there'll be another menu that comes up and you'll need to press the button on the right, which will actually say paste plot. Now, if you don't press this, then your plot will not be built. Once you've pressed a paste plot or paste items, or it'll say something to do with paste, you'll basically see your plot being built before you, in front of your eyes. You don't need to build the actual farm. So the farm will start to build itself from left to right and will continue all the way over to the right. Now, this wheat farm that it gives you initially is obviously not the most efficient way of farming wheat. Now, the great thing about this plot is it's fully customizable, so you can break all of the wood down here and you can customize it to how you like to make it more efficient. Now, if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel and you enjoy the videos or you just find them helpful, you should subscribe. Become part of the 23%, there's really no reason not to. Also, I have a Discord server, it's in the top link of the description on every single video. It's a pretty good community to be a part of. We're actually getting close to 10k members as well, which would be pretty cool to hit. And also, we do like carries for dungeons and slayers, so if you need carries, then feel free to join. Anyway, back to the desk, and our next heading is crop upgrades. Now, this is fairly simple. Now, basically, every time you level your garden up, starting from tier 2 and tier 3 and so on, you see here it says garden level 2, underneath A visitors, it says carrot crop, and then it says tier 1 upgrades. So the way you get better crop upgrades is basically by leveling up your garden. Now, crop upgrades themselves will basically grant farming fortune within a certain crop. And the way that you upgrade your farming fortune is basically with copper. We've not touched on copper yet, have we? No, we haven't. So basically, if we come over to the right of the barn, we have this sort of visitor area with a visitor's log. Now, once again, Sam will basically, the NPC who's over there at the moment, but who was formerly over there, will basically guide you and hint towards basically serving some customers with the visitors and the visitor log. It's quite straightforward. It will appear in the chat when you talk to Sam. Now, essentially what this is these are NPCs from all around Skyblock. For instance, here we have the Arthur NPC who, well, let's see, what is his offer? So we have to give him 75 enchanted hay bale. In return, he'll give us 29,000 farming XP, 2 garden XP, and 97 copper. This is the way that you obtain copper, and of course once you've got the copper, you can then, number 1, upgrade crops, and then also you can spend copper in the Skyart, which we'll get to in just a moment. Now, there will be different rarity of NPCs who appear. Uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and then special. And usually what happens is basically the higher the rarity of the NPC, the better the offer is, or the more copper you'll be offered. So for instance, the uncommon NPC, like I said before, is offering us 97 copper. The rare NPC is offering us 196 copper, so more. And the legendary NPC is offering us 770 copper, so even more. Now, there's a lot of NPCs that can visit you, and they can also give you special items. Now, to view the NPCs that are unlocked, basically the NPCs that are able to visit you, you just filter this to unlocked, and it shows you everybody who is able to visit you. If you filter down to not unlocked, this is everyone that you need to unlock so they can visit you. And basically the way that you unlock visitors is by finding them in whichever realm of Skyblock they're in, and basically just talking to them. That will then unlock them and they'll be able to visit your garden. Now back over to the desk and onto the Skyart. In the Skyart, you'll be able to basically buy a variation of different items with both coins, copper, and also gems. For instance, the biofuel that you can buy in order to use the Composter just cost coins. Items like Sam's Scythe or the Garden Scythe, which is an upgrade of Sam's Scythe, is going to cost you copper. Now, Sam already gives you this for free, so you don't really need to spend your coins on this. Then you've got items like the Builder's Ruler, which is just basically a worse version of a Builder's Wand, but that's also going to cost copper. You've also got Sunder, which is essentially harvesting, which you can apply to axes. You've got the 4 pieces of equipment, which I would recommend buying when you have enough, because they give you farming fortune. And then you've got your very, very basic tools, such as a hoe, another hoe, and well, 2 axes as well. Now, the specific hoes and axes are going to be way better and give you way more farming fortune, so if you have these, I would definitely use them. And everything else is just barn skins. Basically just cosmetics for your barn. Now, some of them cost coins, some of them cost gems, some of them cost copper, some of them are completely free. But they're not really too important. Now on the right hand side we have garden milestones. Within garden milestones we have crop milestones and also visitor milestones. And this works similarly to the regular collections. Although you only gain garden XP when you're actually farming on the garden. So if you were to farm on your private island you would not gain these milestone XP. Basically, they are similar to collections, like I said before. They'll increase with how much sort of the crop you've actually farmed. They will give you garden XP, farming XP, and also Skyblock XP, so it is pretty cool. And then we have visitor milestones. Within visitor milestones, we have unique visitors served, and also offers accepted. Basically, the more offers you accept, the higher the milestone you get, which basically then means you get garden XP, farming XP, and also Skyblock XP. As for unique visitors served, it works similarly in when you actually level this up, you get garden, farming, and Skyblock XP, but this is just a counter based on how many individual different visitors you've served. So if you serve the same visitor twice, you would only get 1 onto this tally. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers the desk. And realistically, that's all there is to it. Once you've got the foundations, it's just a case of grinding and building on the foundations. Now, something else that's important to mention is also the new armor. The basic tier of farming armor is melon armor. Now, this armor set is craftable basically with enchanted melon blocks. You put 5 enchanted melon blocks in each armor slot in the crafting table, and then you get the armor. It does, however, require farming 25. It is very useful to have as a full set. It gives plus 70 farming fortune, plus 10 speed, plus 500 health, and plus 100 defense. Now, this armor is upgradable, and you can upgrade it into croppy armor. It's important to mention that this armor can actually drop croppies, which is basically what you use to upgrade the melon armor into croppy armor. And here we have the farming recipes. It's not exactly cheap, but it definitely upgrades the set. With a full croppy set, you'll get plus 90 farming fortune, plus 15 speed, plus 550 health, and plus 120 defense. Wearing the croppy armor gives you a chance to drop squash, which you need to upgrade into the squash armor. And of course, as you can see by the crafting recipes, it's not exactly cheap. But wearing the full squash set gives plus 110 farming fortune, plus 18 speed, plus 600 health and plus 140 defense. Wearing this set gives you a chance to drop Fermento, which you need in order to craft this armor into Fermento armor, which is the best farming armor in the game, requires farming skill 40. Now with Fermento armor, it gives you plus 130 farming fortune, plus 22 speed, plus 650 health and plus 160 defense, as well as combining the tiered bonuses while wearing other pieces of armor. Now this is not cheap, although at the moment I would really recommend Rancher's boots. Now they used to basically just give speed, but they've been buffed. So basically every farming level you have, you get a plus 1 farming fortune. So I'm farming level 31, as you can see here it gives me bonus farming fortune of 31. Obviously depending on your level, this could be better than wearing the other farming armor. Now if you want any more specific information in terms of anything else in the garden update, such as which crops to farm, you should watch this video that I posted today when recording, but this is actually a few days ago. This will be linked in the description. I also have another video which is going to come out, well, yesterday when you're watching this video, which is going to explain how to basically use your copper most efficiently and get the most money back from your copper. So if you feel like that would probably help as well, then feel free to go back on my channel and watch that. I will also link that in the description too. But anyway, hopefully now you have a bit more of an idea of how the garden update works, and hopefully you can translate this into your own gaming experience and basically just get better at the garden update. Now by no means I'm not even remotely good, to be honest. I don't have the greatest farming fortune, I don't have the greatest farming level. Some people have way better gear than me. It's just from what I know and what I've experienced I've gained. I have grinded it quite hard for the past couple of days. But anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.